Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are going to build up a speed spool by SpeedTek RC. We're going to put it in my Typhon 3S. I have a 34 tooth spur gear that I'm going to use. This is the same size as like the Limitless that the stock Limitless. I'm going to try that, and then here's the spool itself, the cups and the bearings. So I'm going to put that together. I'm gonna rip the actual diff out of here right now. Grab a tool. This will come right out. Just pulling this out right now just so I can get the sizing right and where the gears go, because you might have to slide it on the spool a little bit. You know how you do a pinion gear is going to be the same way, I believe, on the spool. I've never put one of these together. I've seen them, you know, together, but they don't look that hard. We'll go through the process together here, huh? So everybody can see how they're put together, how easy they are, and what you need to do. Definitely want to do, it was suggested to me to use red Loctite when doing this, guys, because you really don't want it to fall apart when you're either doing a speed run or drag racing, right? Since I'm here, I'm also going to change this because I did bend that last bash I did, so I'm kind of taking this away from a bash vehicle and making it a speed vehicle now. So let me rip this out of here and just put it in here so I don't forget it. And that front one for a 116 millimeter, just in case. This is a slash, I mean not a slash, but a Typhon, but I stretched it, so I think that's on the other side, huh? See nothing. Can't see nothing, guys. I want to make sure it's in there. Yeah. Okay. Alright, here's a spool, or not the spool, the center diff, and it was like that. So let's get our parts out. I'm probably going to dry fit this just to make sure. Like I said, SpeedTek gives you a sticker with everything, so let's slide this out of the way a little bit. So we can get this stuff in here. You got your cups, your bearings, and he gave you extras of those in this one. Okay, that's and if you look at your spool shaft, I guess it'd be called, you got two sides on that are flattened, and then one side on this that are flattened. So everywhere you got a nice flat spot to put your grub screw. Okay, then you have Another sticker, which you can put stickers everywhere. I think I'll put one right there when I'm done. Looks like a good spot when I can clean it off. Okay, that's why you got two on here. Your gear didn't come with any. Okay. Alright, are those the same size? No, those aren't the same size. So make sure you put the same size in the right spot. These are fatter, those are skinnier. Okay? And you got your two bearings. So you need to have that close to that. Let's go like this. Right? Then you would go a bearing. Okay. I'm thinking. And then you would go a cup. Let's see. This is a 2.0. 2.0. Like I said, we're going to use red Loctite. I'm just dry fitting all this stuff. Oh, no. Those are big cups. That's a big. Okay. All right, the smaller one goes on the. See? That's why you learn. Okay. So then what I would do is I would go here. So now you're dry fitting it, right? See? And you can slide this out. To adjust that. So I would make sure you just get everything a little snug so you can still slide it. It's not going to spin on you there. Put your bearing on. And then your cup on this side. This is the big one. See, and this is where he said these are just a hair too long. This is not really going to matter on this, I don't think, since there's plenty of room. I think it's in the spool, in the rear, front and rear. See those just stick up a tiny bit. So if you have anything that's close to that, you know what I mean, it'll snag on that. But I don't see anything here that it's going to affect. Okay? Right? Oh, I see. See how if you look in the, I'm sure you can't see that. If you look in there, see where the cup is, okay, and where the screw is sticking out. It's gonna rub right up against when it spins, and you can feel it just a tiny bit. Okay, so it'll probably wear itself in if you didn't want to do that. Let's see how we can get that over here and back it off a little bit. You can just feel it rub there, and I'm sure if I do it enough for you guys, you can feel the pressure it puts on it. You might be able to see a scratch mark down there. pull this out. Let's see if they... Yeah, you can just see the scratch mark. Oops. Right here. On this side, see how thick this is and how thick this one isn't? That's why, okay? So, like you said, you need to take like a file or a, if you have a wheel, you know, a grinding wheel at home, that would work perfect, he said. I don't have one of those. So, all I have is a grind, I mean a little tiny Dremel, which will work too. So, I know we're getting a little crazy here, but so I want to do both. I'm going to do both sides because I am going to put this on. And it's the same thickness, so I don't think it'll hit it, but I do upgrade to aluminum because I think aluminum won't stretch or get hot like the plastic probably will. So what I think he was saying was just to go okay. He said all you needed was a tiny bit, so let's see. Let's see what it was. And I didn't crank this down because it was just a test fit. I can probably go just a tiny bit more on that, but it's probably 100% better. Yeah, see, it's not rubbing no more. I am going to go just a tiny bit more though, just to get that screw to sink down all the way. Hope you guys are seeing this. So you could just take a file and do it, but this is not bad either right here. You just take it and spin your screwdriver at the same time. All right. And that was all you needed. Just make sure you're lined up with the flat spot. All right. There you go. Just like that, guys. And that way it's not rubbing on there, you know. I'm going to do this side too because it sounds like it is maybe touching it. So let's make sure we do this side too. Where it is. And like that, just make sure it doesn't fling out of your hands. And so I need to get this side a little bit more. Okay, let's try that. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, see that, guy? No, it's not touching nothing. They're not rubbing nothing. We're good. We're good to go. So you can go just a tad bit more on this one, but it's not rubbing nothing, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Okay. So I am going to get my red Loctite out. All right, so we're gonna grab the red Loctite. I think I gotta cut the top since this is brand new. I'm gonna cut it small because I guess you gotta cut a little bit more than that. There we go. Also, if you guys don't know, the best way to do some Loctite, in my opinion, is to find a piece of plastic. There you go, dump a little in there. Little baggies work good if you just dump it on the baggie. Do 2.5. Rub it in there. Don't be shy. Don't be too greedy. Just make sure you don't get it on your bearing. And crank it down, guys. I'm telling you, okay, for you guys that like to put things together and go use them right away, and let it sit for a day. Let this Loctite cure, and you don't have any issues with it. Okay. You guys want to go out and play right away, then it's just going to come apart on you. You can't blame other people for that. It tells you right on the directions, and they're Loctite. Let it dry. Let it cure for a day. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to let that sit. We got it all cleaned up. I'm going to leave this loose for now until I get the spur gear on there. I put it in there backwards like a mambo jambo. Right now I'm just going to leave the stock in there and run it with the stock. I do have another ESC, another ESC and motor. I actually picked up a couple TP motors. Shout out to RC NorCal for that, for the swap meet. So yeah, so once I get that spur gear in on this stock one, I'm going to then I will tighten those up. I get my pinion gear out. I think I have a 27 tooth. Yeah, so I have a 27 tooth gear that'll fit on here. It's a 5mm, not an 8mm, because this is just a stock Spectrum motor in here. So once I get my TP motor in there, guys, things will change. 3000 kV motor. I picked up 2 of them. I couldn't go wrong for the price. Like I said, shout out to RC NorCal for these bad boys. Gonna set one right in there. It'll fit no problem since I stretched it out to a Typhon chassis. Or no, I'm sorry, a Creighton chassis. So it's stretched out a little bit so you can get this motor in there. And we're gonna do some street runs with that, either drag or we're just gonna mess around with it, you know, throughout the, change the gears. And like I said, Jason's got the, Jason at JJ Customs for SpeedTek. He's got all those different size spools. We can even go down to a 20 tooth. We got a little 20 tooth we can put on there to start out with and see, you know, what we can do there, and put a big old sprocket on there or spur gear and see, you know, see what happens. You know, he gave me a 50 tooth, you know, it goes all the way up to 60 tooth, 20 tooth to 60 tooth. So we're going to be messing around with that, guys, and see what we can do with that. Okay, that's going to be a fun one right there. So that is what I'm going to do with this car. All right, so that was just to show you how to put the spool together. I know this video is going long, but you can see it in the car. Like I said, once you get that adjusted right, you put red Loctite again on this good stuff, guys, you know. So right, you don't want it to come loose. So red Loctite to this whole spool area. You don't have to do the pinion because you're going to change the pinions a lot, but once you get your spur locked in, you know, I would and then to get it apart, use heat. Get one of those little flame torches, you know. A lighter will work if you got one of those long lighters. A heat gun will work really good. Just takes a little longer on each, you know. A little torch would work perfect. Get it nice and hot, and that stuff will come right apart. Just use gloves or something so you don't burn yourself, all right? You don't want to burn yourself. It gets too hot. So there you go, guys. I'm not going to bore you to putting this on there. I'm going to throw this on real quick, and then maybe I'll show you tightening everything up. All right. All right, guys. There you go. I got my Pinion on. It's a Techno 27 tooth Pinion, and then I got the SpeedTek Speed Spool in here, and I still have the spur gear is still loose, and I'm going to take, and I'm just lining it up. It's not all matched up in there or nothing, but I got it all lined up. So I'm going to take this one out, okay? Be careful. I know it's going to be a little bit of a, and I'm going to red Loctite this one too, okay? Like I said, if you need to pull it apart, get some heat. Heat's going to be your friend on this one. I have a big torch that I could use, you know, that I do soldering with for plumbing. You can use one of those, but you definitely don't want these ones to come apart, especially if you're going to leave it for, you know, if you find the right gear you want. Okay, so all right, there's that one. I'm going to pull this one out and do the same thing. Let's see, if you leave it in the plastic like this, it'll stay for quite a while. Sorry, I'm off camera. Okay. There you go. Spool is made. Look at that thing. I talked to him about this, so he was showing me how to do that. So there you go, guys. So you put it back in there. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna dry fit it. Okay. And then slide your gear back in. There's a 2.5 on the top here. Oops. So when you get it close, you tighten one down, just snug it. Probably a little too loose. I'm not liking that either, so. Looks like I moved pretty good there. There you go. I like if you can hold your finger on the spur gear or the pinion and not make it move at all. And then take your spur gear and move it. And that's lock this up on this side and see it's both. Okay, let's see what that did. And then we don't have this locked in, so I'll put this back in to make sure it's sitting down right. Okay. So there you go, guys. I think that's pretty good. It's making the little tinka tinka tinka. The tinka tinka tinka. Pull this out. Okay. All right, there you go, guys. Got that in there now. It's nice and lined up, all even. The only thing you can't use on the stock one now, because I didn't use the stock, you know, you would have to buy one of these big, thick pinion gears. I can't use that. I mean, I guess I could put it on there and it wouldn't fall off all the way, but I don't know. I'm not going to put it on there. And then just put this back on there. Make sure everything's nice and tight. And then, like I said, wait a day, guys. And I'm telling you, wait for that to dry up, and it won't come apart on you. The problem is most guys won't wait. I know sometimes it's tough, you know. So sometimes it's tough, guys, but if you can wait the day, great. I mean, if you can't, just keep an eye on it. It'll probably last you the day, you know, quite a few runs, but depends on what you're doing with it. If you're out there just testing and hitting and hitting and hitting, then definitely want to keep an eye on it. All right. I should get some pretty decent speed out of this. You know, it's just limitless. I forget what a limitless does, so we're going to find out. Find out what it does. So, all right, there you go, guys. That's how you build a spool, install it in a car, all that. So, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and SpeedTek. Got some great stuff, guys, and JJ Customs shipping free in lower 48. Okay, and it's one. Look at my video before this. I did these super glitch busters, and I told the price for what it would be to ship out of state, or I mean out of the country. So he ships anywhere. JJ Customs ships everything. You even see a car on his side, he'll ship it to you. Just it's a one flat rate depending on the size of the box, you know. So the cars are bigger, but the little stuff like this is, you know, it's not too bad, I guess. If you can't get it anywhere else, you know, he can get it to you. So, which is kind of cool. He takes that extra step for you guys. So, there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and support your local hobby shop.